I'm Kim Montagnese. I love to travel, and when I travel, I take lots and lots of pictures. Then I get home, I put them in my computer. It's like, what am I gonna do with all these pictures now? I don't always want to put them into a scrapbook. Sometimes I want to put them into a garment project. Sometimes I want to put them into a wall hanging or a quilt. So today I'd like to show you a little bit about putting them into a quilt. Now in the past, I've shown you some projects using the small kaleidoscope, and we've done this in a software program, and we've printed it only to the limitations of the paper that was available to us. So right now, come on over to the computer, and I'd like to show you how to do some bigger ones so that you can put them all over your quilt, make great big ones for a wall hanging or the center medallion of your quilt. So let's go to the computer. And I've already opened up my software program. And the first thing we're going to do is we have to bring in a picture. So I'm going to come up here to File. I'm going to open the image. And I already have these kind of in a little file here. And you can see these are the two pictures right here that I'm going to be using today. They're both of this gate. This was actually from my vacation in Scotland. Just a few months ago, I took this picture of a gate in Glasgow, and it was so beautiful. And I used this picture, and I even came in and cropped just the center part out. So all of the kaleidoscopes that you see down here were made with this one picture. So now you can use just one picture from your vacation. Don't worry if you didn't take a whole bunch of pictures. You can use one picture, use this program, and put it together. You'll never even know that it was only used with one picture. And it doesn't matter if somebody was in the picture or not. You won't even be able to tell. So I'm going to go ahead, first of all, and open up this first picture. We're going to play with it a little bit. Okay, so this is how it comes onto your screen. You see this is a triangle shape that's in there. And if you look over here to the side, this is just how it comes in. It's pretty beautiful, just as it is already. So let's start playing with it. See my arrow? If I just hold the left button down and turn it, see how it rotates? Always watch this one right here on the side. Every time I move this, it changes just a little bit. Now at any point, if it's beautiful enough for you, I don't really like that one, let's keep going a little bit. When it's beautiful enough for you, you can open it up, you can see how it looks in a bigger format. Then you can come over here. You can save that kaleidoscope back into your picture file just as it is if you want to. I'm not quite ready to save this one though. I'm going to look over here, and at the top here you'll see these wedges. I'm going to open up another wedge and show you the difference. I'm going to choose a circle wedge. We're going to click OK, and there's a completely different look. Now I could be saving these if I wanted to. I'm not going to save all of them. You could drive yourself crazy saving all of them. You can flip it, turn it, you can move it to different areas. You can make it bigger. That's kind of cool. Look at that one. Okay, so you can just keep playing around with these until you get something you like. Now one really cool feature, you see here how I've kind of, right over here, this little corner is off the edge. And now it's making a little white spot. So down here we can go to the little dropper. We can tap on any color in the photograph and it changes the background to that same color. We can also select, a little texture there too. So you can just add to your picture. So let's see, let's find one similar to the one I have here on the table. That one has 8 sections. It's kind of a square shape. So let's open up that one. Okay. So we can just keep on playing with this until we get something that we really like. You know what? I'm going to switch pictures here. It's okay. We don't want to save that one. I'm going to go back to this one. All right. Okay, that's more similar to the one that we're going to be doing. So The whole purpose of this project was I wanted to make a really large kaleidoscope. So I noticed on this program, right up here under print, I can print the kaleidoscope, I can print multiples of the kaleidoscope, I can make a poster out of it, or I can print separate wedges. So this is how it appears when you decide to print separate wedges. You set your finished size, so if I want a 15.5-inch kaleidoscope, I can set that. I'm going to print all wedges. I choose not to have any margins because I'm going to be printing it onto fabric and adding my seam allowance myself. So this is the way it's going to come up, and I can see here that this is page 1 of 8, and each of these is going to be on a separate page. I can just scroll through. I'm going to load the paper into my printer, and for this project I've used a special paper that's like a t-shirt transfer paper. You put it into your printing tray, it prints it, spurts it out, and then you take your iron and press it onto the fabric. So I've already done that for you here. I've taken all of those little wedges, like you see in the program. I've cut them out exactly because I'm going to add my own seam allowances. I've pressed it onto the paper, and then I'm peeling those off. And it's going to look like this. Okay? Then I'm going to take my ruler, I'm going to lay it against there, and I'm going to cut all of these with a 1/4-inch seam allowance. When I get these all cut out, they're going to look like this. And then I'm going to lay them out on my table. And I'm going to sew these together, right sides together. Okay, like this. And I'm going to end up with a block that looks something like this. I try to put all of my seams going in one direction. I can also make a little star shape. I could have made this much, much larger. So let me go over here to my quilting frame, and I'll show you how I do a little quilting on it. Okay, now I'm ready to start quilting. As you can see, I have in my frame here, I have 3 blocks. These are all done from the same exact picture. This one's a little bit bolder. This one is that one of just the gate, and it's a little bit bigger. And then here's another one, and these are all done from the same picture. I've put the fabric with a little mitered edge. All of the fabric design is radiating from the center out. And then I just use the extras on the border. Okay, so let's start quilting here. I'm going to turn on my stitch regulator and get stitching here. So you can quilt a little or a lot. You can add detail to your quilt if you like. I'm just going to kind of go out of the box here a little bit and quilt some extra lines. But now I don't have to manage my fabric, so I can have a lot of fun with this. Now I could have used more pictures. I could have made a bigger quilt. I could have included family members and pets and a lot of other things. Okay, when I'm ready to move on to the next spot, I'm going to turn this off. I'm going to cut the thread right here at my fingertips. I'm going to move over to the next section and get started again. This one I think I'm just going to outline a little bit. There's a lot of detail on this. Okay, so this is going to be a lot of fun. I can't wait to finish it, get it up on my wall, and enjoy my vacation all over again. So I hope you have a couple new ideas for your projects and your photographs. I know I do. I can't wait to go traveling again.